Welcome to Real Kiwi Fishing. This week Steve-O and I are still in the north. What we're going to be doing today is heading out on the little tin, and we're going to do a bit of soft baiting in the bay. Got a little bit of wind hanging around for us today. Good news is it's offshore here in the little bay here, just straight across from where we're staying in the top 10. And we have caught some nice fish out here, probably further out, but we'll see how we go with that wind. It's only about sort of 10 to 15 knots, but it can get a bit choppy on us. So yeah, hopefully get into a bit of soft baiting. Just thought I'd show you guys, got the new Kotare soft bait rod here. It's a 7'6", and it's the 6 to 10 kilo, so you can chuck around a 8 to 35 gram on it. Real nice rod, thin blank, 46 ton graphite, as all the Kotares are. And I'm hoping to get a good bend in that, just running the little Helios off it. So we'll hopefully get onto a few fish, soft baiting, and also we've got the bait and burley on board. Can't go anywhere without that. It's our backup if we can't find any fish on the sand. But yeah, hopefully get into a few fish, and hope you guys enjoy. Hooked up to our first fish on the soft baits. Not really feeding in the one area. It's not a bad little fish. Got a few turns working in this bay here. There's a bit of sign on the sounder, more that mid-water. More turns down here, but yeah, they're not sort of in one area, so we're just going to do some long drifts and hopefully hook up onto a few more fish. It's quite a big sort of group of turns up here, one in here, so the fish will be feeding in here. Steve-O's going to let that one go. There you go. Yeah, hopefully get onto a few more fish. You can see here, there's a lot of sign there, sort of like that mid-water. I think there's a lot of white bait and stuff like that in the bay here. A lot of turns, a few sheer water turning up, so we'll keep at it, see how we go. Still soft baiting in that same area. We've got a heap of birds behind us. Sort of about maybe a K away. I was wondering if we should head up there, but getting the odd fish here. A little bit better fish too. Steve-O's in onto. So we're just drifting that 10 metre mark. I do like fishing that sort of 10 metre mark up here when we're soft baiting. It's a lot better fish. There you go, that's what we're here for. I just got hammered as well, but dropped mine. Steve-O's hooked up. Let's be on a nice little patch here. A little bit smaller. We'll let that one go. It's probably takeable around at 32, I'd say. Yeah, hooked up on my first fish on the little Kotare. Actually quite liking this rod, very parabolic. Steve-O's hooked up and a nice little patch of fish. Yeah, it's very parabolic, these soft bait rods, as they normally are, nice and light. It's just a little fella, takeable. It's probably around 35. Steve-O's into another nice, a little bit nicer, or same, a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger than mine, so we'll probably keep his and I'll let my one go. One for the bin and one to go back. So yeah, we're just sort of coming into a little patch now of fish, which is quite cool. Must be feeding in a little bit closer. We're pretty close to the shoreline. Probably about a K off the shore. I think we're in about 7 meters of water. And those workups are still here, just in the middle of these workups and behind them. But so far so good. Oh yeah. Picked up again. Oh, a little bit better fish than I had last time. It's not overly big. But yeah, a little bit better than my last fish. Got him in the eye. There you go, another nice little fish for the bin. Even though I did foul hook him, we'll chuck him in the bin. It's a little bit rough out here, so we're not too sure how long we're going to last. It's that wind, and I actually forgot my chute. Slow us down, so it's not too bad at the moment. Nice little fish in the bay. Get him in the bin. Basically all we're doing, because we haven't got the chute, not sort of slowing down very well. I normally do like dragging soft baits, but because we haven't got a chute, we're drifting quite quickly that way, chucking out and working back to the boat. Pretty much the proper way of soft baiting. But I do sort of change it up sometimes. Sometimes I'll drag it along, especially if we're not moving very quickly. but we haven't done too badly. Oh, another little tap there. It's definitely fish here. Oh yeah, yep, up again. A little bit smaller. There's a lot of fish around that sort of 32, 35. We've got a couple of better ones there. Just another little fish. Lit up a little bit, like his spawning colours. Just like that. My soft bait's a little bit knackered, but before I take it off and change it up, I just keep using it till it's absolutely knackered and they won't touch it. Sometimes you just gotta, even just got the hook in the side of it. And see how we go before I change it. So I'm just casting basically about 50 meters, 50, 60 meters, 50 meters, letting it sink, and then working it back. Yep, hooked up again. Definitely a little patch of fish here, Steve-o. Nothing too much to get excited about in the way of size. But it is a lot of fun when you can hook up on the soft baits, just working your lure, and then bang. There you go. That's another keepy. It's probably around that 32, 33, but we'll let him go. I've got those better fish. So we do know there's some better fish here. And as I was saying, I've got that hook in the side of the soft bait. Before I get rid of it and change it up to a new one, might as well just keep using it if they're actually biting it. What we'll do is we'll just keep drifting this until we don't sort of get any more hits, and then we'll move back up, obviously this area there, feeding in. There's no use shifting until you pretty much know there's no more fish here. Gone past them. Done a little bit of a shift, gone back out to the 10 meter mark. There's a few little birds working. Steve-o hooked up on his first cast. Hopefully a little bit better fish too. Yep. So there you go, we were getting those smaller fish. Moved back out to that 10 meters, a little bit deeper. Oh, and those bigger fish are a little bit more shy sometimes. So if you're getting those smaller fish and you were getting those better ones further out, just motor back out. We ended up at about that probably 7 meter mark. 5 to 7 meters. And getting those smaller fish. And as you can see, Steve-O's first cast, it's a lot better fish. You decided to release that one. We're not here to take a heap of fish. We'll just, good thing is you can sort of pick and choose. Hooked up again. Ooh, feels a little bit different. Maybe like a big trevally, maybe. Maybe even a little reddy. Probably a KIWI. It does feel trevally-ish. Huh. No, big gurnard. Big gurnard. Not a bad size, Steve-O. How's that on the softy? Bit of a fatty. Quite a big gurnard. Hooked up again. Just drifting in the little bay where we launched, basically. Picking up a few fish. A little bit nicer snapper too. Like the one Steve-O got this morning. A little bit smaller. But a nice fish. It's not a bad fish, Steve-O.
Nice.
Caught it while you were sleeping. Steve-O's having a bit of a kip. I'm picking up some fish. Someone has to catch them. It's not a bad fish. Oh, there's plenty of fish here in this little corner here. Feels a little different, Steve-O. Not sure. No. Snapper. Some nice fish here. Nothing big. But another nice fish. There you go. That's not bad. Oh. Going a little bit solo, guys. Won't name anybody, but I had to drop somebody in. Poor fella. I was hooking up onto some nice fish and he wasn't feeling too good. So I've dropped him in and I gotta come back out and have a play. It's just too good at the moment. Nothing big this time. Most of these fish are takeable. We're in about 5 meters of water. So I'm able to let most of these fish go without any problems. Especially when you're soft baiting, obviously the hook goes into the corner of their mouths 9 times out of 10, which is the great thing when you want to let a few fish go. There's some nice fish here. I've caught some better fish, probably up around that 5 pound. So it's good to be able to pick and choose those better fish. There's a lot of birds just working in this corridor. Not that far off the land, probably about 300 meters, pretty much from where we launched. And the birds are just working up and down this corridor. Must be heaps of whitebait, anchovies. Still on that same drift. Been drifting for about 500 meters. Pretty much getting fish right through it. Another little snap. Nothing major. Not a baddie for the bin. Well, pretty much going to call it a day, guys. It's been an awesome day. Been doing a bit of soft baiting for maybe 4 or 5 hours. Did a couple of hours with Steve-O. Got some nice fish there earlier on, and I had to drop them in, and I've come back out, caught a few more fish, but that, oh, I was just going to say they're definitely gone. Oh, I dropped it. Pretty much gone from the area. So I'm going to call it a day, head back in, clean up. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Probably just pick up a couple of KIWI just in case Steve wants to go do the Kotare or something. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, tight lines. Thanks for watching another great day out fishing with Real Kiwi Fishing. And you can also find more of my movies on my YouTube channel, Real Kiwi Fishing.